Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Ragnarok Online. This is a free-to-play fantasy MMORPG and the game has quite a history to it. So let's get started with creating our characters. You see I do have one character that I created and got to level 9. And we'll talk about leveling and stuff like that a little more. We'll talk about the attributes that each character has. So let's go through the creation process and take a look at how that works. Now, depending upon the type of character you want to play, you essentially are going to structure your statistics and your attributes around that. So if you want a high vitality character, you want a very fast and agile character, then you move these different things around. And as you see, your character can't be strong and intelligent. It can only be one of the two. So each of these statistics does have a kind of a counterbalance, so to say. Now, as far as going further than that, and looking at, customization, I'm going to actually pump everything into strength and vitality. I want my guy to be really strong and have a ton of health. But as far as customization goes, as you can see here, there aren't a lot of options. You just have a couple of different things for hairstyle, and then you've got hair color, which you can adjust, and then you basically can go back with the hairstyle, and that's pretty much it. Now, as you get into the game, there are a lot of items that you're going to be able to pick up and adjust, and you'll see once we get into town, there's a ton of different characters in there, and that's one of the things that's great about the game is even though the game is almost 10 years old, it still has a ton of people playing the game. So let's get started and get through the tutorial real quick so you guys can see exactly what's going on. Now let's get loaded up, and there we go. And here's the first person ready to talk to us, and she's going to give us, we're going to go ahead and hit next to continue. And then she talks about the basic moves. First, you need to learn the basic control of your character, moving around, stuff like that. Essentially, moving around is just a matter of, there you go, point and click. So, and you see there's another person that just started a character, so they're heading off in the same direction that I'm going to be heading off in. And there you go, Alt-U will bring up your quest tab. Let's keep moving forward through some of this stuff. You can adjust your camera by rotating around. So you can see it's a 3D environment, but it is essentially a 2D game because your character is just two-dimensional. But it's kind of I guess you could call it a 2.5D. It's kind of a mix in between the two. But you know what? It's either you love it or you hate it. And that's one thing about Ragnarok Online is a lot of people either love the game or they hate the game. People play, live and die by the game, play the game religiously. Here she is again, and we have actually leveled up. So you can see here you've got not only a base job or a base level, but a job level. And as you increase your base level, you do have some things that you can adjust. But your job level is what's really important because when you enhance your job level, that's really when everything kind of comes into play, because once you reach level 10 you're able to pick your first job, and then you're able to become a little more specialized as far as your job is concerned. So there we go, and our base level and our job level has now gone up, so we're now our level 3 and level 2, and let's bust through this as quick as we can and get on to the next section. So item information, and once to bring that up, double click the item to see the detailed information. So I believe it's Alt. Hold on, let's bring that up. Get through this real quick. And there we go, Alt-E and then Alt-Q. I'm not a personal fan of the Alt keys, but it is what it is. And there you go, you can double click and start equipping some of these items that I was given. Put the little hat on. You can see as you equip the items, your character will change. And you can right click, see some of the statistics and the details on an item, like this dagger has an attack of 45, so let's get that equipped because I believe that's better than the knife. Let's equip that guard, and we've got the tattered ninja suit. I'm going to stay with the ninja suit, and we'll move over here. I believe is the next place we have to go. Talk to her. Nope, we actually need to talk to him first. The one nice thing about the game is you don't have to be right next to the character to talk to them. So there we go, coming along fine. We've got everything equipped, and we're moving through. F1 through 9 keys are designated as hotkeys. You can see up here, here's the hotkeys. Then we're able to assign skills and stuff like that, and that's what they're talking about right there. So we're going to go ahead and get through this so we can bring up our skill window. La da 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 da. There we go. So let's bring up our skill window, which is Alt S, and we've got basic skill. So let's level that up a couple times, and we've got first aid. So let's drop first aid. Let's actually apply that first so we can move on, and then there we go. We can start grabbing. Let's actually move up here. Talk to her. This person. How can I help you? Next. I want to learn first aid skill. That's the key. We've actually got to learn it to be able to equip it. So we've learned it, and tells us our hotkey is Alt S, which we already knew because we just talked about it. And there we go. Now we can grab our first aid skill, throw it up in the F9, and that'll be able to heal us, things like that. And then as you level up, you gain these skill points. Then you're able to assign the skill points, and you'll have a lot more skills and things like that once you get. They call this your first job, which is basically a novice. You'd see there. But once you get on to what your real first job is, then a lot of your other skills will come into play. So let's go back and talk to him and get through this. He's talking about more of the hotkeys. And then we got a novice adventurer suit, so we can bring up that. And there's our novice adventurer suit. There we go. And you see defense and weight is right there. Class armor. Possible to refine, things like that. So let's equip that. Take off our ninja suit. So there we go. We've got our armor equipped. Next step of training is done. Room west of here. So I can get there myself. Let's cruise over there. Get these windows closed. So many windows. But the game is essentially built around all these little areas. So each map is a different area, and you'll cruise around the map. Oh, we need to talk to this person right here. You'll cruise around the map, and then after you reach a certain level, you'll really no longer be interested in fighting the monsters or doing the quests that are on that map. So you'll move on to another map. Thought we'd talk to her. So I don't think it's mine. Please talk to Chocolate first. So we'll start with this little lolly-looking character first. So there we go. Let's get through her. She tells us about a cool event, and we had this little thing pop up down here. Novice training. So that's our quest list. Let's view our novice training. In the cities of this world, there are many people you can interact and talk to Cap for a cool event and the soldier guides. So little quest log that we have there. So let's talk to her. Move through that. She's talking about save and storage and teleport services. You can talk to a Capra agent. You'll get all that stuff. La 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 la. Respawn point. Keep busting through that. Skill cards, weapon and armor. You got 600 different spots in storage. Let's move on. So much detail. So, and you can learn more about all these individual things that she's talking about. We're gonna move forward. No more. We're done. So let's talk to him. There we go. We learned all we need to learn. The academy's waiting outside. Let's talk to this guide real quick. And as you see, there's also another character right there. So let's talk to him, close, and let's move on to the next section. Why I'm having a hard time moving around, I don't know. So there we go. Now we're moving around. Maybe. Services are similar. Who knows? Maybe it's a matter of little lag or something with... Let's get out of here. So that actually took us back to where we were. I thought we were heading outside. Yep, are you done the courses here or just lost? Nope, I'm done. So take me to the combat training. Let's take a look at combat. So let's get out of here. So the combat is pretty simple. Yep, now we're outside, so let's talk to this guy. And you can see there's tons and tons of people, newbies running around here. But a lot of newbies will hang out in this area, and they'll essentially just take these monsters out until they level their job level up to level 10, and then they'll train until they get to their first job advancement, and then move on from there. So you'll always see a ton of people in here. Same thing with town. There's tons and tons of people. Something that I'm very impressed with as far as the game is concerned is there's just a ton of people who play the game. And I think, there's a loyal following from way back. In any game when you play an MMO, a lot of times you'll develop a character, and some of these people have been developing these characters for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 years, And, you know, I know people that still play games like EverQuest or, you know, Gemstone 3 from the old AOL days, or, you know, things like that. People just fall in love with it. Even in the graphics and stuff like that don't matter. They just, you know, they love the gameplay. They love what's going on in the game. So let's cruise around here and let's find some things. Let's find some little pourings to take out. So there we go. There's our attack. Essentially, we just point and click and just start attacking. So you can see we're probably going to level up as soon as we take this one out. And there we go. Our job level is now 4. Let's take another one out. So you can see it doesn't take long for you to actually level up. And you can see these monsters are dropping all kinds of loot for us to pick up. We actually leveled up our job level again. And it doesn't take long. And we're just sitting here and these monsters just keep spawning. And we're doing okay health-wise, so we might as well just keep killing them. It looks like this guy is just picking up all my loot. So let's keep picking stuff up. Let's go take on this little bee guy. So that didn't take long. Let's take this one out. This will probably give us to level 6. There we go. Job level 6. Base level 3, job level 6. So let's keep going. See if we can't take out a few more of these creatures to move on. And there we go. We now leveled up our base level to level 4. Let's head over here and start taking out some more of these guys. Now what we can do is we can save up our skill points, or we can take a look at those right now, and you can see we've already got 3 skill points essentially waiting for us to be able to assign, and we're going to take out as many of these guys as we can. Let's see what we can do here. The one nice thing about staying in this area to get your first job level advancement is when you kind of get out into the real world, the monsters are a little more scarce, so it's kind of nice to use this area as a way to find monsters and be able to get through them real quick. Plus, you know, picking up all these little pieces of loot and things like that help you kind of stash up and build up a nest egg, so to say, so you can start affording better equipment, whether it's buying from other players or buying from NPCs and stuff like that, especially early on, because, you know, in any game early on, even the equipment that NPCs offer is better than the stuff that sometimes you find on a regular basis. So let's take this one out. We're almost to job level 8. We're actually our job level 7. Let's see what we have picked up. We do have a bunch of different stuff. So there's our equipment, and we've got a bunch of novice potions, novice flyway. We've got a bunch of different, essentially kind of junk, so to say. But let's keep taking out some of these guys. You can see the combat is very, very simple, but you know, like I even said yesterday in the Dungeon Fighter Online video that I did, sometimes, you know, the simplicity of these games makes them very alluring, especially to players that maybe don't have the highest end machine to play on, or, you know, they're playing on a laptop, or, you know, it's an older machine, or they're just, you know, for whatever reason, they just kind of dig the old school style. They're not into the major kind of upgrades and advances that you're seeing in all these. There's a little bit of nostalgia that comes in all these different new MMOs that are out there. So as you can see, we do have some points that we can assign here. We can start putting them into, let's just dump them all into strength. We got a bunch. So there we go. We actually maxed out strength. We've only got 2 points left. As you can see here, status points. So let's go ahead and put those into vitality. And now we got more health and we got more strength. So we should be able to take these guys out even faster. See if we can get to the next couple job level advancements and be able to get our first movement up into a new job. So we're level 8 right now. We're about halfway through. Let's see what we get as far as each monster's giving us a little tick, not a ton. It may be a little bit longer, but I think we can actually get a different advancement, maybe to like swordsman or something like that. I was hoping to go in a different route with this character because my other character is a swordsman. Let's take out a few more of these guys, and then we'll go talk to our quest giver, and we'll head to a different area where we can see all the different. There we go. So we actually leveled up to job level 9, but let's cruise over here and talk to him, and we'll head to a different area. It's actually right here, but it seems like I remember actually kind of zoning. So for convenience, if you hold down the control key while attacking, you'll automatically attack. So I'm guessing that a lot of people are just holding down control. You can also set this mode before battle by typing / and NC. So I wonder, I haven't played with it yet, but that might be a way to just bot. Let's take a look. /NC, and let's see what happens. Nope. Let's take this guy out. Take this little monster out, this little kind of creature type thing. There we go. Killing porings. Porings are easy enough to deal with, so cheer up. We are getting some lag. There we go. So let's get through that. So let's close that, and then we can come over here and we can talk to these different guys. And here's the swordsman guide, the mage guide, and then the thief guide, and the merchant guide. But I'm going to go with the mage guide. There you go. You're still in the process of training with Instructor Blade. Well, what do we got? Well, we must have a quest with him. Let's see what we got here. First battle, Poring Hunt. So we actually have to go take out a few of these porings. So let's see if we can't knock them out real quick. Let's see details. Hunt 1 poring. So we're definitely done with that. Unfortunately, it is too bad that they don't have, you know, kind of your typical little process where you can take... There we go. So your first job class are divided into 6 classes. What I'm saying is that they don't have, you know, you can't see that I have a quest with this guy or that I've completed the quest. So the first job classes are defined into 6 classes. The 6 bases are Swordman, Thief, Acolyte, Mage, Archer, and Merchant. And let's experience the basic 6 jobs and see what those jobs can do. And then he's telling us that behind him are these different guys. There's the Acolyte guide, and then there's the Archer guide. So next, equip the manual of the job you want to experience, and you'll be able to use some of the basic skills for the corresponding guide. So essentially what it allows you to do is it allows you to talk to these different NPCs. And so like the Archer guide, what can I help you with? And you'll be able to say, you know, tell me about archers. So let's see, archers specialize in bow, very typical stuff. It's pretty basic, you know, nothing out of the ordinary here. You know, the game is set to be pretty simple. It's nothing that's very complex. So on the other hand, archers are attentive and have incredibly accurate eyes. So once they are ready to attack, you can kill enemies before they're even aware of your presence. Archer can transform into many second jobs like hunter. Besides hunters, Archer can transform into a bard if they are male. You can transform into a dancer if they're female. So you want to register test skills experience. We'd like to test the Archer skills. So this is the part where you can test the Archer skills out and run around. Let's actually test the Archer skills. And then here you go. There's a manual. So next, Archer manual obtained. So next, make sure you equip the skill manual by double-clicking it in the inventory window and then open your skill tree. So let's go check that out. So let's double-click that, and then let's open up our skill menu. And here we go. So we've got Owl's Eye, then we've got Improved Concentration, and Play Dead. I think we have Play Dead. That's even for novices. So we just have Owl's Eye, which increases your dex, or Improved Concentration, which increases your agility and dexterity. Now that's not really going to do too much for me, especially since I was hoping to get some level of, let's go to the swords, some level of skills that would accommodate my strength and vitality. Sorry, I was totally spacing out there. So let's job change to a swordsman. So okay, let's go next and get through that. And I think you have enough job level, of course, right? So now with the swordsman, we can actually get train in a swordsman. So he's actually offering us to go and become a full swordsman in the swordsman guild. So let's actually do that, and we'll head off into that area. Actually, no, we can't. Not until we're level 10. So now we actually can get out of this area, and if we wanted to get out of the area, we can do so if we actually die. So that's one way to get out of the area. It's pretty funny. I remember doing it the first time, and I'm like, what happened? I just ended up moving out of the area, and I didn't even know where I went. It was because I died to these little basic monsters. Or you can actually cruise up and out of here by heading up this way. It's actually over across the bridge. But the game is pretty fun. It's really got a lot of basic aspects to it. Graphically, it's not, you know, the cutting edge of 2011, but, you know, for those of you who maybe have older computers and you're looking for something that has, you have the ability to play, or on top of that, you can essentially find a lot of other players. As you can see, there's tons of other players playing the game. And musically, the game has a very good musical score. I have to say that I've appreciated and actually enjoyed listening to the different music that's going on in the game. And it's been pretty fun to listen to some of the different things. I know a lot of people download just the soundtrack of the game by itself. So, but I am out of time. I hope you enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Ragnarok Online, you can read our full review at MMOden.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.